I'm Janice Edwards. We are on location in Discovery Meadow in San Jose at a celebration for the Ethiopian New Year. That's coming up next on Bay Area Vista. Join us.
Janice Edwards Bay Area Vista is brought to you by Awash Tax Services, providing superior tax preparation service to businesses and individuals. Visit us at awashtaxservices.com.
Janice Edwards. We're on location for Bay Area Vista at the celebration of the Ethiopian New Year in San Jose. It's a great show today. We hope you enjoy the celebration. Thanks for joining us. For many of us here, it's 2019, but on the Ethiopian calendar, it's 2012. Can you explain?
Yes, the Ethiopian calendar is based on the Julian calendar. According to the Julian calendar, it is 2012. So we just had our first day of the month 2 days ago. Today is actually the third. So that is how the calendar goes. It's a Julian calendar. Basically, the root it comes from the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, and like I said, it is the way the Julian calendar users, in this case the Ethiopian Orthodox, believe that the birth of Christ is now 2012 years, not 2019 years.
So the celebration today, what are the traditions that are associated with it?
Yeah, traditionally we call it in Ethiopian language, Amharic, Enqutatash is the name of the celebration, or the name of the holiday. So basically this is signifies the turn of the season from long rainy season to now a spring, where the face of the surface of the ground changes into lilies and flowers, and beautiful season, no more rain, and now people can travel from place to place with less hustle and visit their families in the old days, of course. And that is kind of the transition from the rainy season to the spring.
Please share some of the services that the Ethiopian Community Services Agency provides for the community here.
Yes, Ethiopian Community Services has been almost 29, 30 years since it has been established. This is a non-profit organization, non-political, mainly focuses on providing social services, providing cultural services to individuals who are transiting to the American culture, new immigrants with their immigration needs, some of the social needs and some of the economic needs too, and helping finding jobs and helping relocating themselves into this new culture. And so Ethiopian community plays really quite a lot of role when it comes to social, cultural elements. For example, the New Year itself is more of passing this to 3 generations, the grandparents who came, following their children who migrate, right before them. And then they have children here. So this is a regeneration. Some of them are technically going even 4. And all come together and share this platform, this opportunity to show them how we celebrate New Year. Coming together, sharing, the music, sharing the food, sharing, the greeting and wish, a New Year wish, all that stuff. That's just one. We have so many other programs that we run. For example, we have what we call, graduate inspiration program. And so we celebrate in June graduates of high school, colleges, or higher level education, and we bring the other younger ones to be inspired by those who just graduated and looking forward. And we have what we call Mothers and Sisters program or day. And we celebrate mothers and we celebrate sisters. The men come together and prepare and provide and serve mothers. And so it's kind of a mix of picking some of the culture here and maintaining the culture that we brought here.
So there is one program that we have started recently in the past 2 years, which is feeding the homeless. So which is we teach our children. Actually, it's done by small kids, young kids. So we gather, we collect foods from different parts of the community, and those children take from Ethiopian Community Services those foods and drinks and distribute to homeless community around here in San Jose, in the city of San Jose. So that's been a lot encouraging for the small kids, and we're proud of it. So that's one of the services that we provide here.
Well, it cultivates good citizenship for years to come, which is really wonderful and beautiful. I know that New Year's in the South, where I grew up in Atlanta, we talk about collard greens and black-eyed peas for good luck and things along those lines, and certain traditional foods. What are some of the traditional foods that you eat during the New Year, and are there stories associated with those?
Oh, there is a lot. So we Ethiopian, our traditional and cultural food is called injera, and the sauce is called wet. Also, it's made of basically from chicken, and it's very spicy and tasty. And we have quite a few Ethiopian restaurants around here in the Bay Area. So I encourage everyone to go and test them, but that's mainly, it's a gathering, having a feast with family members, extended family comes to, relatives, other relatives, and, enjoy the day, the New Year.
Moody is the restaurant here with the truck out there.
We're talking with Hagos and Salam from Moody Restaurant, and they have some of the favorite dishes here, very popular today at the festival. So, nice to see you both. Please share with us what we have here.
We have beef stew and a lentil, a red lentil, and then we have a kitfo, which is a traditional Ethiopian beef tartare. And it can be cooked, this is raw, but it can be cooked the way you like it. So.
And let's talk about the Ethiopian bread as well.
The bread is called injera, which is made from a grain called teff. It's ancient grain, the smallest grain you can find.
So, and what's in the beef stew? Can you talk about your secret recipe?
Okay, on beef tips, the recipes are barbare and garlic, onion, and jalapeno, and of course beef.
Okay.
Meat.
Yes. Jalapeno to make it nice and spicy. What about the lentils here?
The lentils also, it's barbare, white, yellow onion, and split red lentils, and of course garlic.
Okay. And with the beef tartare, what else do we have with it here?
Cardamom, mitmita. It's a different version of the barbare, but it's got a different. It's prepared differently. What else? And then purified butter. And then to go along with it, if it's too hot, you can use, we call it aibe. It's cottage cheese, homemade cottage cheese.
I'd probably have to do that. I'm not real big with, I love spices, but I have to take them in moderation.
Okay.
But for people who are brave, they don't need the cottage cheese, right? They just
That's
enjoy
right.
it.
Yeah, they just enjoy it.
Okay. How long has your restaurant been open?
15 years. The restaurant at the 503 West San Carlos for 15 years, but the truck behind us is just brand new.
Well, congratulations on the truck as well. Everyone seems to be enjoying it, so we'll get to dive in just a little bit, I think. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Nathaniel, you were saying that you know about the history of coffee in Ethiopia. What can you tell us?
So coffee from Ethiopia, it's like when they first started planting it, they would grow it into the roots, and then any unused coffee powder, they'd reuse it. And so also coffee is Ethiopia's coffee is known as one of the world's best coffee, and the name comes from one Ethiopian word called kafe, and then also this, and so that's where they got the name for coffee.
And what you're doing here today?
Coffee is very traditional for Ethiopian people. The origin of coffee is from Kaffa. It's in Oromia region in Ethiopia. The name coffee, we believe that the name coffee came from that origin of the coffee, which is Kaffa. It's like coffee. That's what most study show. And technically, coffee is everything. Coffee is basically the life of Ethiopian people, whether it's from north, south, east, or west. Because anytime there is a social gathering, coffee is like a must. And you can say that's a language itself. They sit for coffee in the morning. They do have steps, it's not like you just have a cup of coffee. They make it up to 3, and they start from the scratch. You have the green coffee, you roast it and ground it, and then that's how you brew technically. And it has its own aroma, and they make it at least 2-3 times a day if there is a social event like this, and that's a must to have. So that's why we brought Jabana coffee, because the first thing they do back in Ethiopia, they drink coffee in the morning. So that's the word came from. Jabana is the first coffee, and Jabana is one of the pots we use. It's made up of clay, and that's basically it.
Janice here. This is frankincense. We use it when we serve traditional coffee ceremony, Ethiopian. And this is sambusa. It's lantern on it. So we serving one with the coffee when we serve coffee ceremony. This is coffee from Ethiopia, organic coffee, and this is plain coffee, come from Ethiopia. We serve it, either we drink coffee and we can add a cream on it.
Well, I'm enjoying a Happy New Year with the Ethiopian people. I'm enjoying the people from the land of Kush, from all of, as a Christian, where everything began. It's just good to go back home with them when I'm out here, to experience part of East Africa that I don't get normally. I love the coffee, that's where it originated, and so it's just good to be amongst some of the original founders of everything.
And I understand that you and the Ethiopian Community Services Agency work together. What kind of initiatives do you work on?
Well, right now, a lot of things to unite our communities, to help them understand the importance of voting in America, to help them understand the importance of participating in the census this coming year, to make sure that they're included in every part of the government here in the Santa Clara County, and hopefully get someone to run for office from the community real soon.
You know him. He's our friend. He stand with him for anything. We pick phone and call. He's there to respond. And I want you to welcome him with a warm welcome. Thank you.
I just want to say Happy New Year to everyone. I'm so proud to be here. I have two of my executive committee members here with me. Nevi is over to the right, I believe, and Mulagata, he's here with me, and we're here to support and to serve your community and be part of your family. Happy New Year, and we're so glad to celebrate with you. Again, thank you for having us.
What other initiatives is the NAACP focusing on right now?
Wow, that's a good one. Well, one of them is be the hate form task force that the county is going to be forming soon. I hope to think that we were the originators of writing that request that they would form a task force on hate. So we began to deal with the real issues in our country today and in our society. It's something that's hanging over this country like a ghost right now, and we're just not paying any attention to it. But hate is rampant, and we must counter hate with more love.
We're talking with Supervisor Dave Cortez. Nice to see you. Share with me why you're here today.
Well, you know, one of the great things about my job as a member of the Santa Clara County Board of Supervisors is I have a ringside seat, you know, in terms of celebrating the diversity of this community. And there's, as you know, things going on constantly, but this is a special occasion here, especially for the Ethiopian community. And we've been I feel like I've been kind of accepted as, you know, an extended family member here to celebrate Ethiopian New Year. And, you know, we always come out, have a cup of what I would call espresso. They just call it coffee, but I think it's the kind of coffee that I don't have to worry about sleeping tonight after I have a cup. So, but it's just a wonderful atmosphere out here at Discovery Meadow, and we're enjoying every bit of it. And again, it's one of the beautiful things about this place we call the Santa Clara Valley now.
Yes, it is important to have unity in our communities right now. So as you're celebrating here today, what is part of your message for people who maybe are not so invested in seeing people united?
You know, people who question the diversity of our community, and obviously they do. We see it all across the country. I wish they would come out and get to know somebody who's Ethiopian American or Ethiopian who's here visiting. Get to know them. Get to know somebody of a different religion. You know, get to know a Muslim. Get to know a Hindu. Get to know somebody who's maybe labeled a little bit differently than you are, because you'll find out that you'll fall in love with them and with the community. And like I said, I've been in the position, you know, to do that every day of my life for the last 25, 27 years, and it's a great blessing. But we do need this. We need to celebrate diversity. We need people to feel safe, and we really pride ourselves on Santa Clara County being a safe and harmonious and peaceful place. And that's why on the rare occasions when we do have a problem or some violence or people protesting the kind of community that we have, we take it very seriously, and it really cuts against the grain of who we are as a community. So but today's a day of celebration, and nobody's too worried about those kind of things, negative things right now. Everybody's just out here celebrating, which is fun. So that everyone can share in heritage, in culture, in dance, in music. It's very important to all of us in the community that you do that. And I hope that you're inspired to continue to do it year after year after year. And I hope these young children who are out here experiencing this today carry on the tradition when they grow up. That's the way it should work. But thank you again. Thank you for using this beautiful park in the middle of the city of San Jose. And we look forward to seeing you many more times in the future. Thank you.
This is by far a very successful day, and we do have a number of officials with us. Supervisor Dave Cortez from Santa Clara County, he was with us, and also Supervisor Susan Ellenberg.
And Happy New Year. I'm delighted to be part of this celebration this afternoon.
I wanted to stop by the festival this afternoon to share my support of and appreciation for the Ethiopian community. I mentioned a personal dear friend of mine, Yemi Getachew, who is not here today because she is recovering from a serious illness, but she is beloved by the community and wanted to share that shout out.
And why is this festival important in terms of community celebration and bringing people together?
All of our communities and culturally diverse celebrations are very important. The Ethiopian community is particularly engaged in outreach around health issues, which is something, as a Santa Clara County Board of Supervisors member, is very important to me. They are partnering with the Santa Clara Public Health Department and with Valley Medical Hospital in an effort to make sure that this community is well aware of all of the resources that the county, as well as private nonprofit organizations, have to offer.
And shortly we are expecting Mayor Sam Licardo to be with us.
How grateful I am for the great work of the Ethiopian Community Services Agency and what they've been doing for nearly 3 decades in our community. And I wanted to thank all of the board members, Dr. Andy Kaye, and Kabede, thank you, Mr. Kabede, and all the board members and all the volunteers. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for putting on this wonderful gathering for our community. And I think we've got more dancing in. Oh, how wonderful. Thank you very much. I will wave it proudly. And this community has been so incredible. What nearly 30,000 we have in our county, Ethiopian Americans, who I know are continuing to be a beacon for many of their family and friends back home as Ethiopia makes its transformation towards democracy. And we're grateful to see the positive news now with the release of political prisoners, and we hope for much more progress in the years ahead. Please know that we are here as partners at the City of San Jose, and we look forward to being supportive of this wonderful community and this great community services agency. Now I better get off the stage, because all these kids got to do some dancing, right? Okay, all right. Everybody have a great day. Have a good time.
Tell us about being here today, why it's important to you.
Well, I'm here because Paul's here was nice enough to invite me. And we're here with a few hundred friends, the Ethiopian community.
Maybe even 1,000.
I'm sorry?
Maybe even 1,000.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe in thousands. Yeah, he's right. Maybe thousands. You know, the Ethiopian American community has been really an example of what is great about this valley. People who came here often 30 or more years ago and have raised several generations, really fleeing very difficult circumstances at home, war and all of the ravages that result from that, and to come here and recreate their lives and rebuild their community is just a great example for what we can be. And I'm just proud to be here to cheer them on and support whatever they're doing here in our community.
At a time when immigration is always a national topic, what else would you like to say about it?
Yeah, you know, I wish that folks in Washington, D.C. could come out here and see celebrations like this one and understand what immigration really does for our community and how richly the Ethiopian American community has contributed to ours in so many ways. I mean, you certainly hear the music and everything, but the talent, the engineers and doctors and so many others who are contributing in really big ways to our innovation. People who are sustaining us, cab drivers, people who are just doing all the things we critically need to keep a community moving. You know, I'm just grateful that I serve in this role in such a wonderful place, and I wish that the rest of the country could see what we have here more clearly.
What are some of the most important services that people need to receive when they are interacting with the Ethiopian Community Services Agency?
One of the things we do is we connect clients with various resources, and at the same time we organize health awareness conferences every year. And also we help people in the areas of health, education, and everything along with that. So we do a number of things. It's not one thing, but we provide overall services to our community, and we have roughly estimated about 40,000 Ethiopians in San Jose. So every year we provide various services in different areas. So we help thousands of people. And Ethiopians from different walk of life are with us, as you're witnessing right now. We have thousands of people. They are having good time, and they are having Ethiopian meals and wishing a happy new year to each other. So by far, this is a very successful for Ethiopian community services. And actually, this is a very good day, not only for Ethiopians, and also to Ethiopian Americans, to their friends, and to their co-workers, and whoever is around here in San Jose. So this is a very vibrant and very nice day for all of us.
Is this your first time attending the festival?
No, I've been here a lot of times, if I'm being honest with you. I've been here a lot.
What would you like for people to know about Ethiopian culture?
It's a very, very nice culture, I'll tell you that for sure, but most importantly, just we have fun a lot of times, and like whoever participates here is gonna have fun for sure. I'll tell you that.
And that's our show. I'm Janice Edwards. Thanks for all that you do to make our Bay Area and our world a better place to be. Please join us again next time. We look forward to seeing you then. And whatever new adventures you find, we wish you great success. Happy New Year!
Ethiopian New Year Festival. This is crazy cool. Wow.
Janice Edwards Bay Area Vista is brought to you by Awash Tax Services, providing superior tax preparation service to businesses and individuals. Visit us at awashtaxservices.com.